Okay, so what we've got here is day 85, the Blue Letter Bible app, Bible in a Year. It's Joshua, Yeshua, 12 through 15. Okay, and yesterday I read 8 through 11, and I was thinking as yesterday I'm meditating on it throughout the day, and Joshua is a type and shadow of Yeshua bringing us back into the promised land, into his rest. Uh, that's yesterday. I just read The Rod of Iron. It's not pretty, folks. You want to be in covenant. That's all I got to say on that. Know the difference between the covenant, the holy covenant, and the law is given after transgression. There's a difference. All right, so here we go. Joshua 12. Now, these are the kings the children of Israel smote, and possessed their land on the other side of the Jordan toward the rising of the sun, from the river of Aaron to Mount Hermon, and all the plains on the east. Shion, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, and ruled from Ar, which is upon the bank of the river Aaron, and from the middle of the river, from half of Gilead to unto the river Jabbok, which is on the border of the children of Ammon, and from the plain of the sea of Chiroth to the east, and unto the sea of the plain, even the salt sea on the east, by way of Jeshurmoth, and from the south under Jeshua Pisgah, and on the coast of Og, the king of Bashan, which was of the remembrance, which was a remnant of the giants that dwelt at Ashrah and Edrei, and reigned in Mount Hermon and Sakah, and in all Bashan, and on the border of the Jeshurites and the Machalites and half of Gilead, and border Shion, king of Heshbon. Them did Moses, the servant of Jehovah, and the children of Israel smite. And Moses, the servant of Jehovah, gave it for a possession unto the Reubenites and the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel smote on this side of the Jordan, west from Baal Gad in the valley of Lebanon unto the mount of Halak that goeth up to Seir, which Joshua gave to the tribes of Israel for a possession, according to their divisions, in the mountains, and in the valleys, and in the plains, and in the springs, and in the wilderness, and in the south country, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. The king of Jericho, one, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, one, and the king of Jerusalem, one, the king of Hebron, one, and the king of Jarmuth, one, king of Lachish, one, the king of Eglon, one, and the king of Giza, one. You know, as I read this stuff yesterday, as they were coming through, and as I stated in the beginning of the video, when you look at that, what we read yesterday, 8 through 11, and think of this as a type and shadow of Yeshua bringing us into the promised land. Yesterday, I was just thinking about that, and it was like, wow, that's the rod of iron right there. He's cleansing the land. The king of Debir, one king. Gendar, one. The king of Hormah, one. This is 12, verse 15. So open your Bible. And then the king of Lebna, one, of the king of Adullam, one, the king of Makdah, one, and the king of Bethel, one, the king of Tapnah, one, and the king of Hepar, one, and the king of Aphlec, one, and the king of Lashon, one, the king of Madon, one, the king of Hazor, one, the king of Semron Meron, one, and the king of Ashval, one, the king of Tamak, one, and the king of Megiddo, one. Megiddo. If you visit, not that that's available at the moment, but if you were to visit Israel, one of the places you would go is to the Tell of Megiddo, and you see the altar where they sacrificed children. When I was there, I didn't really understand that. Okay, I thought that was okay. So that was that was the, and at the time, I just thought it was okay, like the Amorites or the Hittites or, you know, I thought that was the people that were doing the sacrificing. No, it ended up being God's people that were doing that. Kings 2, chapter 17, talks about what happened to them. The king of Kadesh won, and the king of Joachim, Carmel, won. Winter Hill, good morning, hello. And the king of Dor and the coast of Dor, and the one, and the king of nations of Gilgal won, and the king of Tisra won. All the kings, 30-1, all smote with the edge of the sword. Now Joshua was old and stricken in years, and the Lord said unto him, Thou art old and stricken in years, in which there remaineth very much the land to be possessed. This is the land, yet remaineth all the borders of the Philistines, and the Geshuri, from Seor, which is above Egypt, and even to the borders of Ekron toward the north, which is counted to the Canaanite. 5 lords of the Philistines, and Gezerites, and the Ashdodites, and the Echlonites, and the Gigites, and the Ekronites, and the Abites. Winter Hill, oh boy, here we go, yeah, so. From the south, and all the land of the Canaanites, and Merah is beside the Sidonians, and Aphek and the borders of the Amorites. Do you know that I'm reading Joshua right now? Joshua means Jehovah is salvation. Yeshua would be his name, but in English it's Joshua. Yeah, Jehovah is salvation. So when it says, I come in my Father's name, Jehovah is salvation. That's what it means, man. And the land of the Gibeonites in Lebanon towards the sun rising from Baal-gad unto Mount Hermon and unto enter into the Hamath. And I'm at 13 verse 6 if you want to open your Bible. And all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon into Mithbrath, Main, and all the Sidonians, and them I will drive out from before the children of Israel, only divide it by the lot unto the Israelites for an inheritance, which I have commanded thee. Now, therefore, divide this land for an inheritance unto 9 tribes, and the half tribe of Manasseh, with whom the Reubenites and the Gadites, which have received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan eastward, even as Moses, servant of Jehovah, gave them. And from Aor, that is upon the bank of the river Aaron, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the plain of Mebda and Dimnon. Yeah, man, all right. Well, thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis. My life goals right now are to find as many of the lost sheep as I can. And all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, which reign in Heshbon, into the border of the children of Ammon, and Gilead, the border of the Geshurites and Machrites, and all Mount Hermon, and Bashan, and Saklah, and all the kingdom of Og, and Bashan, which reigned in Ashrah and Ederai, who remain the remnant of the giants, for these did Moses smite and cast them out. Nevertheless, the children of Israel expelled not the Jeshurites nor the Machrites, but the Jeshurites and the Machrites dwell among Israelites unto this day. Whoops. Only unto the tribe of Levi he gave none inheritance, and the sacrifices of Jehovah the God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance. He gave them the sacrificial laws. Why? Because they oversaw the making of the golden calf. They oversaw the making of the golden calf, and they got as their inheritance the sacrifices of Jehovah the God made by fire are their inheritance, as he said unto them. Moses gave unto the tribe of the children of Reuben inheritance according to their families. And their coast was from Aor, and that is on the bank of the river Aron, and the city that is in the midst of the river, and all the plains of Medba. Heshbon and all their cities are in the plain, Dibion and Balmoth and Bethmel and Por and Kajmoth and Kedemoth and Mappah. This is verse 19, Joshua 13. And Kirathim and Simbah, Zerana Shanar and the mountain, the valley, and the Beth Peor and the Ashdod Pisgah and the Beth Jeshmoth, and all the cities of the plains, and all the kingdoms of Sion, and the kings of the Amorites, which reigned in Heshbon, which Moses smote, and the princes of Midian, evil in Rechem, and Hur and Reba, which were dukes of Sihon, dwelling in the country. Balaam, also the son of Beor, the soothsayer, did the children of Israel slay with the sword among that were slain with them. The borders of the children of Reuben was Jordan, and the border thereof was the inheritance of the children of Reuben after their families, and the cities and the villages thereof. And Moses gave inheritance to the tribe of Gad, even unto the children of Gad according to their families. And their coast was Jazar, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the children of Ammon to Aor, that is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon unto Ramaphaz, and Betonim, and Manaheim, and into the border of Dibir, and the valley of Beth Aram, and Beth Midri, and Sukkoth, and Zaphon, for the rest of the kingdom of Sion, the king of Heshbon, Jordan, and his border, even to the edge of the sea of Chithroth, on the other side of the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad after their families, the cities and their villages. And Moses gave inheritance unto half of the tribe of Manasseh. And this was the possession of half the tribe of the children of Manasseh by their families. And their coast from Manheim, all Bashan, and from the kingdom of Og of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 80 cities. And half of Gilead, and Asherah, and Idrai, the cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan, were pertaining unto the children of Machir, the son of Massas, even to one half of the children of Mashir by their families. And these are the countries which Moses did distribute for an inheritance in the plains of Moab on the other side of the Jordan by Jericho eastward. But unto the tribe of Levi Moses gave not any inheritance, the Lord of Israel was their inheritance, he said unto them. Wow. Wow. These are the countries and the children of Israel which inherited in the land of Canaan, and which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel, distributed for their inheritance to them. By lot was their inheritance, as Jehovah commanded the hand of Moses, for 9 tribes, and for the half tribe. For Moses had given the inheritance of 2 tribes in the half tribe on the other side of the Jordan, but unto the Levites he gave none inheritance among them. Over and over, the Levites didn't get inheritance. For the children of Joseph were the 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. All right, remember back to Genesis 48. I think it's verse 20, verse 19. That they were going to become nations. That they had no part in the Levites and in their land and the cities to dwell in, with their suburbs, and dwell the cattle for their substance. As Jehovah commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb son of Jephthah, and the Kenizzite, and said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that the Jehovah said unto Moses, the man of God, concerning me and thee in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of Jehovah, sent me to Kadesh Barnea to espy out the land, and I brought him word again. It was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren, that went up with me, the heart of thy people melt, but I wholly followed Yahweh my God. And Moses swore on me this day, saying, Surely the land whereon thy feet have trodden shall be an inheritance, and the children forever, because thou wholly followed the Jehovah my God. And now, behold, Jehovah hath kept me alive. And he said, these 40 years, even since Jehovah spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old. That makes him 85, right? As of yet, I am strong this day, yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, and my strength was then. Even so it is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain thereof, that Jehovah spake in that day. For thou heardest in that day how the Anakims were there, and that the cities were great and fenced. So if it be Jehovah will be with me, then I shall drive them out, as Jehovah had said. And Joshua blessed him, and Yeshua blessed him, and gave unto Caleb, the son of Jephunneh of Hebron, for an inheritance. Hebron, became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, unto this day, because he wholly followed Jehovah, God of Israel. And it came into Hebron before Keshnah, which Arba was great among the Anakims, and the land had rest from war. 85 years old. Let me go slay some giants. This was the lot of the tribes of the children of Judah by their families, even to the border of Edom. Wilderness of Zin, southward, was the uttermost part of the coast. And their south border was from the shore of the salt sea, from the bay that looketh southward, and it went up to Mount Akram, and passed along to Zim, as ascended on the south side to Kadesh Barnea, and passed along to Hezron, and went up to Adar, and fetched a compass to Kara. From hence it passed towards the Amazon, and went out unto the river of Egypt. And the things going out the coast were at the sea, and this shall be your south coast. And the east border was the salt sea, and even unto the end of Jordan. And their border was in the north quarter, from the bay of the sea of the uttermost part of Jordan. And the border went up to Beth Hoglah, and passed along by the north of Beth Arah. And the border went up the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. And the border went up of the valley of Achor, and the northward toward Gilgal, that is before going up to Edom, and on the south side of the river, and the border passed towards the waters, and Mesheth, and going thereof, and Ogro. And the border went up the valley of the son of Hinnom, and the valley of the south side of the Jebusites is Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain that lieth in the valley of Hinnom, westward, which is at the end of the valley of the giants northward. And the border was drawn from the top of the hill into the fountain of water of Nephthah, and went out of the cities of Mount Ephron, and the border is drawn to Bala, which is Kirth Jearim. And the border compassed from Bala westward to Mount Seir, and passed along to the side of Mount Jearim, which is Keshron, and on the north side went down to Beth Shemesh, and passed on to Timrah, and the border out unto the side of Ekron northward. And the border was drawn to Shikron, and passed among Mount Bala, and went to Jabneel, and the things going out of the border were at the sea. And the west border was the great sea, and the coast thereof. And this is the coast of the children of Judah, round about according to their families. And unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh he gave part among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of Jehovah to Joshua, and even to the Arab the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. Caleb drove hence the three sons of Anak, Sheshah, Talmi, and the children of Anak. And he went up hence to the inhabitants of Deber, and to the name Deber was Kirath Sephar. And Caleb said that he smiteth Kirath Sepher, and take it. And to him I will give Asha, my daughter, to wife. And Othniel, the son of Kesnah, brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave it to Akshah, to daughter, to wife. And it came to pass that she came unto him, that she moved to him to ask her father a field. And she lighted off her ass. And Caleb said unto her, What wouldest thou? Who answered, Give me a blessing, for thou hast given me south land. Give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and nether springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah, according to the families, and the uttermost cities of the tribe of the children of Judah, toward the coast of Edom, south toward Kabzeel, and Adar, and Jair, and Kenath, and Dimnah, and Abnah, and Kedesh, and Hazor, and Ithah, and Zapah, and Telem, and Beoth, and Hazor Hadath, Keroth, Hezron, which is Hazor, Ammon, Shema, and Moldah, and Hazar Gadah, and Hamash Beth Paleh, and Hazar Shabul, and Beer Sheba, and Bizajonath, and Bala, and Im, and Azam, and Eltolad, and Chizel, and Hormath. Oh, goodness. And Zigzag, Ziglag, and Shalmash. And I'm on 1532. Okay. And we've got a whole bunch of names. And Rimmon and all the cities in 29 with their villages, and in the valley of Eshtal, and Zorman, and Anath, and Zolman, and Inganim, and Tamah, and Elam, Jarmuth, and Aldullah, and Solkah, and Azamoth, and Azaakath, and Sheramin, and Edithium, and Gederah, and Gedeo, Parform, and 14 cities with their villages. Zemam, and Hadath, and Migdal Gad, and Deliam, and Mizpah, and Jokiel, Lachish, and Bosca, and Egdulon, and Kaban, and Laham, and Kilish, and Gitteroth, and Beth Dagon, and Naamah, and Kedada, and 16 cities with their villages. Here we go. Libnah, Ether, and Ashon, and Jippah, and Ashgah, and Nezdim, and Kiliah, and Ashizim, and Marishah, and 9 cities with their villages. Here we go. Ekron and her towns and her villages. From Ekron even to the sea, all that lay near Ashdod and their villages, and Ashdod with her towns and villages, Gaza with her towns and her villages, unto the river Egypt, unto the great sea and the border thereof. And in the mountains of Shamir, Jatir, Soko, and Dana and Kerber, which is in Dabir, and Anab and Asha and Adam, Goshen and Holon, and Gilo, and 11 cities with their villages, Arab and Duma and Eshin, Janum and Beth-Tupah and Akiva, and Humah and Kirjath Zeba, which is in Hebron, and Zior, and 9 cities with their villages. Mount Carmel, Zepah and Judah, Jezreel, Jokam and Zonam, Cain, Jibnah, Timnah, 10 villages with their villages, Hayul, Beth-zur, and Gedor, and Maratha, and Bethana, and Eklon, and 6 cities with their villages, Kirth Baal, which is Kirth Jearim, Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Abra, Midian, Sekah, and Nisbin, and the city of Salt, which, and Gedi, 6 cities and their villages, and Gedi. That's down on the south side of the lake. Been there. As for the Jebusites and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the children of Judah could not drive them out. But the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem until this day. Uh-oh. So, there we go. That is 12 through 15. Joshua 12 through 15. And Joshua 15 is also that type and shadow of Yeshua bringing his people into the promised land. Joshua brings the people over the Jordan. And you can see he did it with a rod of iron. Woe to them. Woe to them that look forward to the day of judgment. I think that's Amos. I think it's in Amos 5 maybe. Maybe Amos 2, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyhow, there's going to be a lot of smiting, folks. Judgment's coming. Let's get right. Praise Yah.